Hi friends, I hope you are doing well and staying safe and sound and sane inside of your homes during this fabulous 2020 apocalypse that we're having. Today I thought we would sit down and have a little chat about the Nikon FG SLR camera.
The Nikon FG is the 35mm camera sophisticated enough for the serious photographer.
Camera, pictures, human fun.
Yet switched to programmed, it's simple enough for total beginners. And it's so reasonably priced, it even makes a great gift.
Hey Morty, look at this. Another brand new FG. Why do these Earthlings keep giving us their cameras?
This camera was a hand-me-down from my mom, and it was the first metal-bodied SLR I ever shot with. I'd say I had about 6 months worth of continuous shooting with this camera, and I think it's time that I make a review on it. So first things first is it's very compact and small. It doesn't weigh very much, which makes it really great for travel or the casual shooter. It takes 2 of the classic LR44 batteries, and something quite unique about this camera is it has an exposure compensation button on the front of it. Basically what this does is you can hold it while you're metering for a scene and it'll take the metering down by 2 stops, which is useful for like backlighting or like a silhouette portrait against a sunset or something like that, you know? Also, there's an exposure compensation dial on the top of the camera. You just press this lock button and you can turn the wheel to change it. And on this same wheel lies the ISO setting, and to change that you just lift up the ring of the wheel and turn it so the red mark hits the ISO that you want to be shooting at. Pretty self-explanatory if I say so myself. On the other side of the camera we have our shutter speed and mode selector, I guess you would call it. And for this camera you can shoot in manual mode, aperture priority, and program mode. And another cool thing about this camera is it has this M90 setting, which is basically a setting that if you're out shooting and the batteries in your camera die, you can set it to the setting and it'll still shoot at a 90th of a second. So not all hope is lost if you find yourself in that predicament, which is pretty useful, I think. Next, there's this little guy, which is basically an on and off switch for a warning beep to alert you when you're using the aperture priority or program mode, and the shutter speed for the exposure is pretty low and there might be camera shake, so it's just kind of warning you about that, you know. Next, on the front of the camera we have the self-timer, and if you want my opinion, I don't really like self-timers like this, and I'll show you why. You know, I have a roll of film in this, but I'm gonna waste a picture just to show you why I don't like it, so you're welcome, I guess? I don't know. Basically, when you set the timer down and then you click the shutter and then you wait for the camera to take the picture, it doesn't take the picture when the lever goes back to its original position. It takes the picture a little bit before that. And I just don't understand that. I don't know if maybe it's just my camera that does that? I don't think it is. Let me know if you know, because I don't understand it. Why doesn't it just take the picture when the lever goes back to the original position? It doesn't make sense. Pointing that out there in case that's something you might have a problem with, I don't know. And then lastly, on the bottom of the camera you have your battery compartment, the film release button, and your tripod mount, all that jazz. It's going on down there. Also, another small thing about this camera that I thought might be worth noting is when you're loading the camera with film, and with all cameras you have to take a few pictures to get the counter on the camera to 1 frame, you know what I mean. Anyway, with this camera it seems like you have to do that a lot more than other cameras. So basically what I mean is, like, you know how with some cameras you can get that first of the roll photo where like half of the frame or so is like fogged by light because of floating and whatnot. Well, you definitely will never get that on this camera. I have never experienced it, and I've shot quite many rolls on this camera. That might not be a big deal to you. It's not a huge deal for me. It's just I kind of like that. I think it's, I don't know, I like that kind of stuff. So that's just what's kind of annoying to me, but not a big deal at all. But just wanted to let you know. Would I recommend this camera? Absolutely. It is cute as hell. It's so compact and light and just easy to transport. You can find them on eBay for about 50-60 bucks. Some are more than that, but not very many. You can definitely find one in the 50 to 60 range. I always like to say check your local thrift stores and Goodwill and garage sales and relatives' basements and see what they got. Stick it around before jumping on eBay and buying one from there, because on eBay they're always more expensive than they have to be, in my opinion. However, I understand with this moment in time it's not very plausible to go out and shop for cameras, so eBay is an option for that. I think that is all I have to say. I will share with you some more photos that I took with this camera in case you're interested.
Gave you a call because I needed a ride, and never thought I'd be with you in your passenger side. And now we're driving downtown. Baby, you make me feel young, like I just turned 21.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you... Why did I do that? I don't know. Sorry. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, let me know. And I'll see you in the next one. Stay home. Stay safe. Stay the fuck home.